Hello everyone, welcome to this live stream. You can see there's already some people online. Hello Ellen, hello Marcus. I changed my setup a little bit so now I can actually read the chat. That makes a big difference, I think. So this is episode 2 of my random activity series, which basically means that I can do anything I want. I don't have to stick to the plan. And usually I'm going to pick something that is also outside my realm of comfort, outside of my comfort zone, something I'm practicing, something that is new to me. And today I was listening to some Wes Montgomery recordings, and I was listening to this album of his called Smokin' at the Half Note. It's a great album. It's really amazing stuff. And he was playing this mind-boggling octave and chord solo during the first song, which is a blues in F. I'm not sure the title now of the song, but incredible. And I thought to myself, yeah, that's something I never do, that kind of octave playing. Of course, I play octaves like a gypsy jazz player, and that is not that difficult to do technically. Of course, you still got to play the nice notes, but if you want to play those octave runs of Wes, that is very, very difficult. I find it very difficult. So I transcribed some stuff today, and I've been practicing it a little bit, but I'm certainly not very fluent with it, but I figured I share it with you, and you can practice it with me. I have some tabs. Of course, if you're a patron of mine, these will all be available on my Patreon after the video is over. I will try not to make it too long, because I don't want to bore you with my inability to play this like I usually can play the stuff I present, but it's gonna be fun. So let me immediately start with a kind of a challenging run, but it gives me the opportunity to talk a little bit about the principles and also about how to practice it or how I practice it, some nice practice habits. So I'm going to start with a 2-5-1 in F. That sounds like this. I'm going to play it slowly because I can't play it fast. So it's a 2-5-1, but it starts a bar before the 2-5-1. So it has a long up bar. Here we go. 1, 2. Guitar is a little bit out of tune. Let me tune it. Sorry. I did it before I started, but it didn't last. Maybe I have to buy some new strings. Okay, let me play it again. 1, 2. So let me once try to play it fast, like the tempo that Wes plays it. So 1, 2, 1. Okay, that's much better than it sounded when I first played it. But this gives me the opportunity to talk about some of the principles of octave playing. So I'm used as a gypsy jazz player to play all octaves with 1-4. So like that, and that's fine. But when I was watching videos of Wes playing octaves, I noticed that he was playing 1-4 on the highest 2 strings, and then 1-3 on the. So you get this 1-3, 1-3, 1-4, 1-4. And in the beginning, I tried it. And I thought, well, that's not very handy. I have to switch the way I press the strings. But in the end, to play these Wes Montgomery phrases, which are pretty fast, it is actually better to do it, because now you can have the same kind of hand position. You don't have to change the distance between the first and the fourth finger. And for many of these phrases, that is very handy. For this one also, because you have this part, and now I can just keep more or less the same distance, just use different fingers. If I have to change my hand, it starts to get very sloppy already before, because I'm already anticipating that I have to narrow the distance, and then the notes before is already not very clean, and then the notes themselves that have the smaller distance are also not clean. So it's just easier. So that's the first thing that I noticed that maybe is a good practice to keep. The other thing is that it's just very difficult to play it clean and always have the right strings on your fingers. So for that, I like to practice it like I would practice a classical violin piece, and that is to first put my fingers down and then play the note. So now rhythm goes out of the window, because I'm now only talking about a technical thing, and it's mainly this part, that part. So I would practice like this. So this is the first jump where I have to move 2 frets up and two new strings, and it's fast, right? So I would practice like this. And I try to make the distance between that I push my fingers down and that I play at the time, that I play notes shorter and shorter. So really fast would be like this. Of course, I'm not paying attention to the rhythm now, right? I'm just trying to get my hands to play the right strings. And then once I feel that it's working, which will take some time, I'm gonna do my metronome exercises. I did that already with this phrase. And I'm not gonna do the whole metronome thing because it takes a long time, but check my video about timing. It's called How to Swing, and I demonstrate my metronome exercise. And that is really, I think, the key to playing all phrases, doesn't matter which phrase, but also this phrase with good time, because that's very important. So, but I can say something about it. In this phrase, because of the timing, the first octave of 2 is always shorter, right? Because it's string rhythm. Ti-din, 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 dim. So the new notes that I press down also are short. I talk more about it in the video How to Swing, so go check it out. But it's something I keep in mind. Very annoying that it's out of tune. That's better. So now, hey Doyle and DQ leave. So now, of course, this is an F, and I want to practice it on the backing track. That will be the next thing after I practice with the metronome backing track. And I don't have a backing track in F yet, but I will have that because I'm doing a new jazz standard every week. So next week it's going to be one in C, but then I'll try to do one in F, so that I'll have a backing track in F. But for now, I'm going to demonstrate it on Coquette, because that is a good song to demonstrate stuff over, because it's not too fast. So now I have to play it in D, because this is 2-5 in F. So it actually starts on an F. So if I have to play a 2-5 in D, it would start on a D. So I have to figure out. So this part is difficult to play, but it's not difficult to see on the neck, because it always starts with my pinky on the same. Or so here's my third finger, of course. It always starts on the same fret, so it's easy to find. So let me try and play that on Coquette. Let me get the backing track. Here we go. So I have to be early, right, with this, because the 2-5 it starts before the 2-5 starts. But if I'm too late, I can just start, of course, in the second bar. So I could start. Sorry, I could start here. start there. Or only play that part. Let's see what happens. Here we go. If the backing track is not loud enough or too loud, or the guitar is not, let me know. I can change it. Yeah, so the bridge, of course, has a 2/5 in G, so I can play it in G, but let me practice it first. Yeah, that's it. Let me do one more chorus. Cool lick, right? Okay, let's go to the next one. Let's skip this one for now. Let's first go to this one. This is another next week. Let It Be Good. No, not Let It Be Good, because I just did Dinah, and this has almost the same changes. Next week is gonna be Shine, I think. Okay, but let's get back to the octaves. So this one phrase is also from the blues, and it's a great one. It sounds like this: 1, 2. Shit. That's it. 1, 3, 4, 1, 2. So the challenge in this one is that you start with 1, 3. Now I have to switch to 4, 1, 4, but it's a fret back. So it's this move. So you have to practice that in isolation. So in D, so it starts on the 6, right? The 6 of F. So in D we start on a B. 1. Let me try that on Coquette. And now I have to play it in G. So let me think, then I have to start on an E. So it's there. Yeah, that's it. Okay, let me go to the bridge and try it there. Very cool phrase. Okay, I have 5, by the way, so let's go to the next one. I'm just gonna go quickly over all the phrases. This one is not one that he actually played. I mean, can you see it? I can scroll further down. Okay, so this one is not that one that he played exactly like this. I compiled two ideas, but to make it fit on the 2/5, I dropped my pick. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, so there's this typical Wes thing with the 16th, like this thing. He does in the solo. He does the whole part like. It's amazing. It's so difficult to play. I tried it, but I didn't include it in this video because it's too hard. But I put it in this little phrase. This phrase sounds like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Yeah, 3, 1, 2. So you have to, for that, slide to that C flat. You have to do it like this. So you start 1 fret lower to get this bluesy effect. And I put a little trick there. So for the end, we have this A flat and this C. I just play 1 C. It's much easier than playing octave, and it's so fast that it sounds like an octave in between all the other octaves. It's difficult to hit this A flat clean. So now I have to play it in D. So it's there. Yeah, that's it. But, yeah, I have to play it in G2, of course, too, in the bridge. So that would be then. Yeah, let's try that on Coquette. Really cool, I think. And so the coolest part is actually those 60s. So make sure you hit those. That you really hit all 3 of them. Okay, let's go to number 4. Oh, there's no number 4 in this PDF. Is this the wrong one? Okay, now we're gonna do the last one is very difficult anyway. So I'm gonna go. There's only 4 for this video because there's a 5th one on page 2, but I see I had no page 2 here. So we're gonna go to the last one, which is very difficult, I think, but it's very cool idea. Because when I heard it first, I was like, how is he doing this? Because it sounds like he's doing this. So like 1, 2. But if I wouldn't play octaves, 1, 2, 3, and then. So, but let's stick to the first 2 bars. 1, 2. He keeps repeating that, and it sounds exactly like that. And I was trying it, and it was impossible. But then I was okay. I'm gonna slow it down. I want to see if he's slurring it or something. And then I noticed that he wasn't playing that. He was playing this. If I would play no octaves, he was playing this. 2 B flats, and now it's possible to do it. It's still very difficult. So the most difficult part is to go from this to. So I would practice that again in isolation, like. So I first put my fingers down. You hear it sounds almost like I'm playing, because that's a normal jazz phrase, and you're kind of used. You're thinking. I mean, when I play something like this rhythm, it sounds. Your mind is already used to hearing those notes, so it's an illusion. Of course, you don't have to play 2 Ds. You can play. So now look at the chord symbols that I wrote. So this fits over E flat major 7. It fits over F7. There would be some kind of F sus sound. And it fits over C minor 7. And Wes plays it actually on F7 because it's a blues in F7. So he's playing an F sus sound. And then I put another one that he also plays. It's exactly the same principle, but the fingering changes because it's on lower strings. Because now these octaves are with 1/3. So on the coquette, of course, I can play it. I can play it on the D major 7 if I start. So if I play it on the major 7 chord, I have to start on the major 7 itself. So the key to this phrase is that to play the first 2 notes of the triplet to have really articulate them. You have to hear that. Because the last part is not that difficult. You can be more sloppy there. Wes is also not clean every time there, and sometimes he slurs it. But if you hit those first 2 notes of the triplet clean, you get the illusion. Okay, so you can play it there. Then, of course, on the E minor, you can play it here. So you want to play it on a minor chord, you have to start on the 9. In the bridge, I could play it on A minor, so then I have to start on the B. And then again on G, of course, like this, G major 7. Then on the E7, I could play it here. It's the same as D major 7. So let me try to play it a bunch of times in coquette, not all the time because that gets boring, but maybe sometimes. Let's try to be a little bit musical. Oh no. cool effect, I think. So those were the phrases. I have one more, but it's not on the tab. But it will be. I can just play it for you. There's no tab, but if you're a patron, it will be in the patron tab. It's this one. It's from E7 to A minor. Actually, he plays it from. It's not from the half note sessions. It's actually from another album I found. He plays it on a song called What's New. Or is that the same session? No, it's the same session. It's the last song, I think. What's New. And then he plays from on a 2-5 to C minor. He plays 1, 2, 3, 4. This has the same difficult kind of things. You have to switch strings and also switch fingers. And I'm kind of cheating because he's actually playing this. With one extra note, but it's so difficult to do that I left it out. You almost don't hear it. You can play a ghost note. So I figured you can play that, of course, on minor string. So this is from G7 to C minor. So it starts actually on the root of the 5. So, no, wait, is it true? Oh no, this is a 2-5 to F minor. So it starts on the 5 of the 5th of the 5 chord. So it's C7 starts on the G. So if I play it on minor string, I have to play it on E7, so then it would start on a B. It's an augmented triad. Okay, let me play that on minor string to end this video. And by the way, if you want to ask me a question, it's your chance. And if you want to tip the stream, you can do that too by giving me a super chat. It's not very popular, but I hope it will be someday. Let's go to minor string. Very difficult. Yeah, so those were all the phrases. I hope you like them. I think it's really a lot of fun. And what I was trying to do now was also play a little bit like Wes with the chords. And the way to do that is to play lots of different voicings on all the chords, and also to have this rhythm. Lots of movement. Now, if you want to know more about these chords, I have a series about chord solos, so look it up. It's called Van Hemert, that's my last name, chord library. And then I'm putting out a video every week with tons of chords. Now, this Wes stuff is great. It needs a lot of work for me too, but I plan to incorporate it. And it also sounds great on the Gypsy Jazz guitar. So I hope that I can one day actually pull that off during a gig or in a jam, because I think it's really cool and you never hear it in Gypsy Jazz, even though it works great on a guitar like that. Of course, Wes is playing with his thumb, right? But I can't play with my thumb. And also, I don't want to get used to that because I want to be able to do it on a Gypsy Jazz guitar, because 90% of the time I have to play on a Gypsy Jazz guitar, not a Artstop. Last time that if you want to, you could have print screen those tabs, but if you want to download the tabs, of course, you can go to my Patreon. The link is in the description, and you can download all those tabs for really very dirt cheap. I think it's $5 and you can download everything I ever put out, all the tabs for all the videos. Let me see if there's questions, but it looks like there's no real questions. But Omar says hello. Hello, Omar. And Derek. Hello, Derek. Nice that you joined me. I will be back with another stream later this week, and I'm going to go back to my 251 series. And I hope you have a nice day or evening, depending on what time it is where you are. Bye, everyone.